I'm still shook after that game. Whew,
Yeah,
that
you're
was-
the only one.
Whoa, that's.
Seems like they're ready. Alcohol helps too. There's the pro tips right there from my alcoholic community. There we go. Sober October, baby. That's a thing in the US. You are from the US, I know.
Are you doing sober October or you just?
Honestly, for me, that's bullshit. That's a typically American thing.
Yeah.
You need a month to be sober for a bit, really? It's like, that's weird.
Just be sober when you want to be sober. Why like make it a month?
Exactly. Game on! Let's go! Third place decider. And what? We have TAT over here? What happened, Michael? Explain to me what just happened, because I'm not quite sure if I just can comprehend what we just saw in that semifinal.
Well, Sexy Plock showed up to play, and I think Tat was sleeping on him in game 1. I mean, the Curse Hollow game they lost in 10 minutes. They did just get they got cursed, and then they got ran out, chained a couple of kills, and then Greymane on a core just won it for him. But game 2 was an absolute slugfest. Level 24 to 24, 4th protector goes down to the wire. Garrosh falls, but Plock, as the name says, Soxy Plock was able to turn it around on the Mephisto. It was a crazy game.
Yeah.
If you guys weren't able to see it, definitely would recommend checking out the VOD.
I mean, TAT, they tried to stop them, but the other team just kept plocking along. I
see what you did there.
I tortured Tetcher already with that dumb joke, but I can't help myself. A couple of dad jokes every now and then.
They're necessary.
It keeps the chat on point, you know.
Chill.
Yeah. It's just pretty much
It's
pretty much a check if your audience is paying attention. If nobody calls it out, then you know that nobody's actually listening. They all muted you. So no, but either way, so we had the overlay wrong at the beginning. Initially, they had the players set up in the lobby a little bit differently, so I already corrected that. Sorry for that. But as Michael just said, it was kind of crazy to see that happen, and I mean, honestly, for me, it's still crazy that for the third place decider now, we actually have TAT in this match. But either way, this is another best of 3 series. So this is deciding which team takes third place and which team falls 4th. Of course, we have with memory also a Chinese team in here that is going to try and play this one out. But I gotta say that it's not only for the money that's involved here. I mean, in total, we have $1,000 of prize money. But there's also a little bit of a reputation, right? You can already say that losing in the semifinal was a big problem, but I feel for them it would be a huge story if they couldn't even claim third place here. So I would expect that TAT is taking this one really seriously.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a player, losing when you feel like you should have won is one of the best ways to get fuel and to really want to get you moving forward. I'll never forget, Khaldor, I did my interview with you after I missed my VP on the core, and I played like 25 freaking Zeratul games through the night after I had lost that. Because as a player, all you want to do is get better and improve. Yeah, it's like you want to get better, and when you feel like you make a mistake and don't play to your potential, you want to improve that. So I would expect Tat to come out with a vengeance this game. And they get the Ana first pick. They do give up the Stukov, but they do get that Ana.
And look at Railgun. He actually goes for the Stukov this time. No Anduin. I think this is the first time that I see him on a different hero. I got Jimmy together with a 2-hero Volskaya. But yeah, I remember that. Was that 2017? Must have been, right?
Yeah, it was DreamHack Summer 2017.
Yeah, 17, exactly. Yeah. Group stage. Yeah, that was brutal. That felt bad. Just like watching it. I really, to the day, I don't want to know how you felt. It already felt bad just watching it. I was just like, oh god, he's gonna be so mad. Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was you learn from it, right? I actually think it was probably like one of the most difficult moments in I think it crushed my confidence as a player, to be honest. But I feel like I've grown from it, got better from it. But I don't know, it's always funny to me whenever I watch the replay of it. It's like you can hear on the broadcast, and I just yell the F word like so loud, like you can even hear it on broadcast, because I'm like F, like I missed the VP, and it's because we just lost, right? And it's like I knew the second I made that play that it was a mistake.
By the way, you're in the European broadcast right now. You can cuss to your heart's content.
I'm allowed to say fuck.
No problem whatsoever. This isn't Blizzard, baby.
Thank God. Woo, I love that.
Khaldor gets banned. Now I'm a little bit sad that we don't get to see him. I was waiting for him, honestly. Like, if I get every single time I see a hero that gets banned, that I didn't expect to be banned, I'm kind of sad. We have a couple of teams in Europe, one team that in the amateur scene plays a lot of Butcher. Every single time I cast amateur scene, I see Butcher being banned, I'm immediately salty. I'm like, what do you mean? There was a chance I get to see a Butcher in here. It's like, So nano boosted Kel'Thuzad would have been kind of cool, but it's not going to happen here. We got the Hanzo on the other hand. We got Diablo. Personally, I would love something with Hanzo Arrow into Apocalypse, but as we've seen before, most of the players don't go into Apoc, at least here in the Eastern region. Medallion obviously makes this also a little bit worse. So let's see if they change it for this one, but I wouldn't expect it. We got a Nuburak. It's a nice combo. Nuburak Stukov is always a pretty sexy setup.
Yeah, Tastar as well. I mean, a noob kind of predicting that they're going to pick some sort of mage, right? You do have the Ana. You want to combo that with some sort of an Ana boost. A Nuburak known to be one of the better tanks into, you know, heavy burst mage damage. But I mean, kind of going to your point about Diablo, I would like to see an APOC. I mean, APOC, Hanzo Arrow, really good combo. And yes, there is Gladiator's Medallion, but the thing about APOC is it creates so much confusion in a team fight, right? Every single enemy hero has to watch their positioning when you click that button, and it is going to be the Maiev and Blaze. So I would expect to see APOC with this, and maybe some sort of wombo combo with the Warden's Cage. Yeah, like they got a pretty scary composition. The only knock I would say is they don't have a great nano boost target. I mean, Maiev's not bad, but it's not like a Li Ming, you know?
Yeah, I would have expected Li Ming. I was just about to say, with the nano boost, it would have been pretty crazy there. Either way, that setup has a lot of control on CC at the front, so that's a good lineup for TAT. And we get the Sonya as our last pick. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, Volskaya Foundry, map number 1 in the 3rd place decider here. TAT probably a little bit annoyed that they find themselves in this match in the first place, but let's see if they can shut the Chinese team down or if they're gonna suffer another loss now. Let's head straight into Volskaya Foundry.
Could this potentially be a leap? Could this be a leap, Sonya? Or is that crazy?
I mean, it is.
They have the Nuburak.
It is crazy, but then at the same time, it is a Chinese team that we're talking about, and I feel like they are just, like, I mean, it's just trademark as being crazy. Chinese bush meta and everything. So Nuburak engage, stun, Stukov follow up, Sonya jumps in. I can see it happening.
I mean, maybe that's how they want to dive the Ana. I'm not sure, right? Maybe they just go Wrath and look to, you know, fight it straight up. Sonya, definitely a hero that scales pretty well with 16 and 20. And Volskaya, as we saw in the last game, is pretty much guaranteed to go late.
Alrighty, game on. They lost last time they played on Volskaya Foundry. Now they play on it straight up again. TAT on the left, the Korean team with Lockdown on Maiev, Gondar on Hanzo. We got Hide on Ana, Spell on Diablo, and Kyocha is playing Blaze. And the Chinese team to the right side of the map, Team Memory with Sungshan on Reyna, Yagaras on Nuburak, Railgun on Stukov, the Black Cat on Tassadar, and MCO is playing Sonya. Leap or no leap? That's the question here for now. And also a couple of different builds. First of all, we got the Ace in the Hole again, and we got the Legion of Beetles. I gotta say, Nuburak is a little bit weird with some of the patch changes. I mean, Blizzard even trying to make the waste of a talent that is debilitation a thing is kind of interesting to me. It just feels like if you play... I mean, I don't know. What do you think about this? Because my argument is always if you... Ooh, wait a second.
Ooh.
That again, I've seen this before.
That looks like 2 kills. I mean, Hyde trying to do everything really good sleep, but Yagaras on the Nuburak setting up huge for Lockdown, able to get a return kill and able to E out Lockdown. Zukov slow. Big damage from Lockdown though.
Yeah, but he is gonna die. What is he gonna die?
Maybe?
Sonya, she was trying to spear in a little bit closer.
Oh!
Nice!
The great escape!
Awesome, absolutely awesome. That was brilliant. But coming back to my point there for just a second, my argument was always that if you go for debilitation on level 16, you're doing it wrong, since Epicenter just synergizes so well with the kind of tank that a Nuburak is and what you want to do with him in the team composition, that even after it's being buffed, it would feel weird to me to see a Nuburak player going into debilitation, because it just goes away from why you're picking the hero in the first place. Is that crazy, or does that make sense?
No, I don't think it's crazy. I mean, I think Blizzard has consistently shown in the top side that, okay, Raynor is just going to use the Gladiators, but I think Blizzard's consistently shown that they want to have multiple talents that are viable. So it's like, I think them buffing it is kind of in line with that, but I agree with you. I generally think that, you know, you're still going to go the traditional 16 just because it does make your stun a lot better. But one thing is that Sonya is going Furious Blows, right? So it does look like, I mean, I don't know if that's standard. Generally, like a lot of times you see block or at least Warpaint for NA. So it looks like slam build, which, you know, to me makes me wonder, maybe that's going for, you know, you save your 4th your 4th slam, you leap on someone, get that big extra damage. But maybe that's just my my heart wanting to, you know, see leap.
I gotta admit, it would be kind of funny to see a leap here, and I totally could see the reasoning here behind it too. We got the bed of barbs in, so there we have it already. And yeah, they are actually engaging into this right away, and they're not only faking it out. So Spell is on the point. Here comes the attempt to lock him out, maybe just a little bit. Of course, Stukov is controlling the point quickly. Railgun is using that in the back. And Umurak has to jump out though, and yeah, they are taking control. Memory is moving in, and they're claiming the item. They got the healing beacon.
Yeah, I mean, they used their turret early, right? So it's still 1 camp to 1 camp, but I think the turret just gave them enough damage, and they actually did a really good job, really good patience. Oh wait, lockdown, being in, that's his D as well. Okay, good sleep, coming up ahead, able to stop the Rainer. But as I was gonna say, the basically Stukov did a really good job at putting the puddle on the point, which basically stopped Spell, and then their whole team didn't actually finish the Immortal because they saw that their Stukov was low, but it looks like lockdown falling low here. Diablo going in, Spell gonna look for a kill, asleep. Sonya.
Yeah, here comes the jet propulsion, locking her down even a little bit further. They're trying to make the play as they're reclaiming the position, and they're going for Nuburak, and he barely survives. Lockdown, he is flirting with death every single time he moves in, but he does so much for the team right now, it's insane. And he was also a big part of the kill that he just got against Jimmy.
Wow, I mean, Maiev is a hero that's feast or famine, right? Like, you're either gonna do good or you're gonna feed. And lockdown, I mean, getting out at the level 1 is just, you know, this hero, when played by someone that's really, really skilled mechanically on it, is just an absolute gem to watch. And I, so far, have been really impressed with how well lockdown is playing. Definitely one of the better Maievs, I would say, in the world.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the impact in this game already in the early game is just crazy. If he can maintain that towards the end, then he's just going to rip them apart single-handedly. Now we have the level 7 talents for both teams. That gives us a subterranean shield for the dive. After the initial Q setup, we also got the Psionic Echo now. And we got Battle Rage for Sonya. So teams are getting ready for the fight here because, well, TAT locked in 99% on the progress. And they are about to lock in the Protector. Red team is still facing a 1 versus 1 situation at the bot lanes, and Sonya is kept busy by Blaze, but here comes the engage as they're making the play for Diablo.
Yeah, Kyocha going in, dropping the turret. Kyocha doesn't actually have mana though, so he is a bit low. Healing camp going down. 2 turrets used though, lockdown, pulling them in, looking to do some damage. And that's going to be all items used for both teams, but the health bars are definitely an advantage for Memory. You know, it's at 99%. I wouldn't be surprised, or I actually would even like to see the blue team maybe just full reset and then come back with full HP bars and actually look to fight this. It looks like they are just going to tap and then look for it. I think they maybe could have played it a bit more patient, but it looks like lockdown walking in here for the Nuburak Spell, going deep onto the Rainer. Stukov, Railgun, trying to peel for them. Khaldor, Spell, is he going to be able to make it out? He's so deep here.
Yeah, he's really deep, but on the other hand, we have Sonya in a lot of trouble too. Diablo is going to fall as it seems, but we have Sonya already dead. Dibbles is about to die, and again, Maiev could be the linchpin here, but Kyocha is dropping low in mana, low in hit points. Nice wall. They nearly get the kill there. Stukov coming through with another lurking arm, and they actually hold the position. Memory is able to prevent the Protector, at least for now. Black Cat nearly died for it, but he makes his way out. And they still control the point here. The Chinese team just doesn't give this one up.
Oh. Rainer getting wall banged, but actually gonna be able to devastating charge. Spell, no souls now. A bit like, you know, way squishier. The Rainer just chunking him out. It is gonna be a 5v5 again as Blaze and Sonya are gonna be both walking back in. Lockdown, looking to chunk them out. I mean, this is an absolute brawl for the first objective. Both teams pretty close. They want this part. Gondar falling low. I actually think their HP bars are not in favor for this, but lockdown going in, railgun on the Stukov in a bit of a scary position, but Gondor gonna fall, level 10 to G's. Containment.
Lockdown is just going nuts here. Now they have the level 10. They go in. Kyocha, nice high dice too. What the hell? They're turning it. They're turning it again. You gotta be shitting me. The triple kill against them. What's going on? They take the initial kills. They look great. And then all of a sudden, Black Cat just dumpsters on them. Wow. What a setup.
Wow. I mean, 28,000 hero damage for Raynor and Hanzo at 7 minutes into the game. Like that, if that doesn't tell you it's been a brawl, it's been a brawl. Like they are definitely trading a lot on each other. Diablo needs to get more skulls. I mean, he did go Lightning Breath. We also see Containment Disc as far as ultimate goes. Hanzo Arrow. Sleep is going to be going out. Lockdown looking for the Raynor. Hanzo Arrow from deep downtown is going to hit the Sonya, but Raynor just able to walk out. Railgun looking to peel. Spell.
Careful, bro. He engages again, gets a stun against Sonya. Nice, great turn, and the disc is out too. Could make the play for Stukov, and there's another kill. Lockdown popping off once again. The Protector hasn't done jack shit, by the way. Hasn't moved to the top, hasn't taken the fountain, is starting to lose time here too. They're just trying to defend the middle, but they lost 2 heroes here.
Lockdown with the deep downtown, literally max range containment disc, securing them a second kill onto the Stukov. But yeah, you're right, Khaldor. They haven't gotten anything so far with the Protector, and it's dead in 10 seconds. They're going to get one top tower, a little bit of damage onto the wall, but that's it. And if they're not careful, they could potentially, okay, they are just going to be able to walk out. But Lockdown, I mean, really on the Maiev, styling out, doing so much damage in these team fights, so much disruption. I mean, these team fights are really, really back and forth. It's 7 kills to 6. Both teams, you know, really looking to brawl here. Sonya rotating in, 5v5. Anubrak may potentially look to go. Zio has a flank.
I mean, after the last series, Lockdown was just like, guys, give me a second. I need to put the backpack on. I'm going to carry this shit now. So,
yeah, feels like it.
Yeah, he is making so many plays and setting them up for the rest of the team here too. Spell also with a lot of good engages where you get these wall stuns. I mean, he finds himself oftentimes a bit deep, but here's the arrow. What a beautiful combo again. And there's the kill. There's the double. The fight isn't over though. Mad kills everywhere. 2 for 2 trade. The bunker still in place. Here comes Lightning Breath. They're trying to get the kill against Jimmy. Doesn't work out. Diablo's dead already. And again, Gondar jumping straight into Jimmy. 17 hit points. He gets the hit. It's a 5-man team wipe. What the
How did they
hell?
like that? They got like a 2 insta kill. Wait, I must have blinked, but yeah, because they had like the beautiful blaze stun into the Hanzo arrow, into the, you know, the Maiev follow-up, instantly clear the Stukov as well as the Anubrak. But then the Tassadar, the Sonya are able to turn it around and actually get a couple of kills. I think Hyde was maybe a bit, you know, too deep there, but I didn't actually see exactly what happened.
Hyde died instantly. He got too much damage. I just played the replay. And Hyde actually had problems in the backline and was taken down by Tassadar, so he was the first one to fall on the team. That's why they had no sustain through this. They were pretty much relying on the bunker mostly. But yeah, that's it. The game, the entire game is just nuts.
Yeah, what a, like such a brawl. Oh, containment. Lockdown is looking for the Tassadar. I don't actually think they're gonna be able to get it. Lockdown is gonna be able to force out the Gladiators though. That is a, you know, 5-minute cooldown. Pretty good spell going in here. Maybe looking for the Anubrak Hanzo arrow. An NA arrow is going to whiff, but in the bot side, it looks like Raynor forced his medallion, trying to run out, is going to be able to use this cocoon on the Diablo. Trying to peel nano boosted Diablo actually.
Yeah, nano boosted Diablo. There's again the Lightning Breath, trying to slowly take Tassadar down, but Spell has to retreat. 11 kills tonight. We're 10 minutes in and we pretty much have 2 kills per minute at this point. They are just absolutely styling this game right now. And this all happened before the second objective. Usually objective number 2 gets announced when you are roughly level 12 and a half, heading into 13. Now we have level 15 and a half already for Team Memory, who has pretty much a level lead over the Korean opponents.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been like a full-on hero brawler. I mean, one thing I do want to know, in a lot of these team fights, Hyde, it looks like he's choosing, I mean, he's nano boosted Spell twice on that Diablo. So it looks like they're going for the Lightning Breath plus nano boost. Personally, I feel like Lockdown is playing really well, and I actually think, you know, a nano boost onto that Maiev could be, you know, worth more value, just because it's a lot more damage and gives Lockdown a lot more cooldowns, right? Like having the E on a lower cooldown, having the D on a lower cooldown will provide him more survivability as well. So I'd like to see maybe that adaptation coming out from PAT.
Well, now of course they have the talent lead. They have Epic Enter on Anubrak on the 16. They got the Psionic Shock in. Point and Red is in 2. Sonya's going to be a bit more tanky as well. They go for Lockdown. Maiev trying to jump out, and goodbye. That's a kill, and it might be a double. I have no idea why they lingered around there in the first place. They didn't have the level 16 Blazes at the bottom of the map trying to get the experience. Now they lost Maiev. They just lost Diablo too. They're going for Ana. Hyde gets murdered. And I have no clue what's happening here today. If TAT decided to just play with one hand or what's happening. But they are getting crushed right now. First, they got destroyed in the semi-final, and now Team Memory is also looking stronger and stronger every minute, and TAT is in trouble. Holy hell.
Yeah, Kyocha's like, team, I'm trying to get a 16. I'm soaking. Please don't fight. And then I think it's pretty greedy of them to be postured that aggressively onto the Shrine without 16. Like, ideally, I mean, I feel like they should have just split pushed, maybe take bot fort, maybe take out a turret. Once they achieve that 16, I mean, that's part of why Volskaya goes so late. It's because you do have to channel, you know, the Protector all the way up to 99%, which allows teams to split push. You know, I'd like to see TAT do that more when they are a bit behind. But we are going to get a 16-16 team fight, it looks like. Would expect to see them rotate up here and, you know, maybe potentially look for the Anubrak, or, you know, maybe they're posturing to give up.
They go bot lane. I mean, the fountain is already down. If not for that, I would have maybe tried to argue that they just decided the second one isn't really worth it. But now they make the rotation pretty late, and it's too late. So they give this one up. I guess they're just hoping to flank in while two of the heroes are in the Protector and get a quick kill or something, but that's a bit strange. Talking is strange. Yeah. Are they... Okay, they rotate down. I was just for a moment thinking they're actually trying to go for keep here without having a talent advantage.
Yeah, no, I like them going for double fort here. I think it's the right play. I mean, the Protector's not as good. Yeah, I mean, kind of what you're saying as far as the strange rotates. I mean, I wonder if that's maybe a bit of tilt setting in for TAT. Again, I mean, I don't know the players. I'm not trying to say what's happening, but if I was them, I could totally see a world where we're tilting, but it looks like Kyocha is going to force out that Medallion coming out by Railgun. Protector going down to about 30%. Kyocha getting hit by the Sonya on the bot side, forced to use Unstoppable, and it looks like the Protector is going to rotate towards this bot fort.
Yeah, they're starting to make the way in. Obviously, you want to have the fountain, which they should get, and they will. So they're jumping in now. They want to have more than that even. They're going for the fort itself. Yeah, the attack against Sonya doesn't quite work out. They hold 2 healing beacons too. I mean, the advantage in items alone that we now see for Team Memory is absolutely crazy. There's one hero that doesn't have an item. Epicenter coming in, but the medallion is being used. Nicely done. They both use those healing beacons. Ooh, that's a little bit of an overlay. Communication could have definitely been better there.
Yeah, I mean, the nano boost came out to lockdown, but really good job coming out by the Anubrak, instantly cocooning the nano boost target, and it looks like they are going to be able to finish up this fort. I mean, 20 is still not been achieved, though, for Memory, and it looks like TAT, I mean, normally in this situation, you'd want to fight, right? Like, you'd want to fight before the opposing team hits 20, but it looks like they are not confident in their current team fight, as they did just use a bunch of their ults, and they are just going to, you know, be forced to back up. But this means the third Protector, almost surely, unless something goes really wrong for Memory, is going to go their way, as they are going to be hitting level 20 soon. But Lockdown actually able to get a 2-man pull here and able to complete that Bonds of Justice, the level 1 quest on the Maiev.
At Hassada talking quest, he's sitting at 155 stacks now. He has some solid damage in this game, but he can't quite keep up with Jimmy, who's sitting at 60k. Top damage in the game for him. Kyocha has taken the top lane and pushed it out before, but as you said, now the 20 is going to kick in. Now with some decent soaking, they should be able to force a 20 versus 20 fight at some point during the objective at the bottom of the map. And there's no fountain for either team, but they definitely need to make sure that they're soaking all the lanes if they want to accomplish that. And of course, there is now a chance with level 20 to dominate the map even further for Team Memory, which they use to take the healing beacon. If they wouldn't have overlayered the one earlier, they could have held on to one, so the item advantage dropped a little bit, but they're still looking at 2 turrets and 1 healing beacon, so that's not too shabby. And yeah, with the level 20, we also now got the rewind in. Always awesome. Plus, of course, for Sonya, the ignore pain.
Yeah, I didn't think that TAT would be able to reach level 20 before the next objective, but it looks like they probably are going to be able to get a 2020 team fight on the objective, or they can even just get it up a lockdown. Potentially in a scary position here. Anubrak looking for some stuns, but a really good sleep dart coming out by Hyde there, actually just stopping the engage in their track, because he could have looked on the Anub for either a cocoon or a rewind stun onto spell on that Diablo. So really good job coming out by Hyde, you know, helping his team, but level 20 mostly approaching for TAT.
Yeah, the level 20 on this map is always a bit weird, because I so many times think exactly the same that you did, and that 1.5 to levels ahead, there's no way for the opponent to soak it up. But it's just crazy how long it goes from one objective to another on this map here. They can't lose heroes at this point. They need to conserve those souls, so they really should back off here. They are making everything happen. There's the 20 now any moment. As long as they don't lose heroes here, they're going to be fine. And Archon has been popped. There's a lot of ults that were just used by Team Memory. So that might become a bit of a problem. Play of the game is in for Hanzo. Alright, not going into the bullseye here.
Force barrier for the TAS as well. I mean, this is twice that I've seen Korean TAS stars not choose to go perma Archon and actually choosing to go first barrier. But in the middle lane, looks like Sonya is going to actually be losing her Wrath soon. Doesn't have it for another 15 seconds. As a Sonya one trick for a while, fighting without Wrath is really difficult. Nubrak forced to use the Gladiators, trying to cat out. Containment is going to miss. Hanzo arrow?
He tried. Actually, not bad. Not too shabby. I mean, it was a good attempt. The problem is that now, of course, he sacrificed the cooldown here. But Anubarak was so low after those arrows hit him that if he can connect the ult, then that's a sure kill against the bug. As it stands, though, there's still a 5-kill advantage for Team Memory, and they're now taking control over the bottom. Tacita is still rotating in slowly. So this is actually a 5 versus 4 for a little bit. Tacita is not here, and they are fighting.
Yeah, and it looks like they might even be winning. Cocooned, Maev in the back. It's a 4v4 at this point. Tastar coming in. Sonya doing a lot of damage. Lightning Breath coming out by spell on the Diablo. Gonna be kiting out, but Sonya Gondar with a huge W is gonna actually be able to kill him. Raynor, lockdown coming in. Diablo dies as well. That's Souls though. Containment gonna miss. 2 turrets down. Kyocha looking for the Tastar. Forced to use the Gladiators Battalion hide. Being zoned out by the Raynor's Raiders. The Raynor actually doing so much damage in that team fight, zoning out Hyde as well as Lockdown, basically allowing his team to, you know, secure the kill onto Kyocha.
Yeah, they initially had the Cocoon on Maev and she couldn't join the fight, so it was a 4 versus 4 at the beginning. That's when they got the kill against Sonya, but then afterwards she's just turned it. There's your nano boost, by the way, on Maev, but she's already a little bit low. Jumps out as Anubarak tries to go for the engage here. That's a good stun. Comes in with a tether, but it's just not enough, and the focus takes them both down. Maev and Diablo, both dead. And top lane gets pressured. We're going to see a keep fall here if they don't take care of it soon. And at the bot lane, of course, the push continues. They're making the play for Hanzo. He's dead too. They are ripping through them. Team Memory, they're looking at a potential victory against the Korean team here. The bottom keep falls. The top keep is soon going to follow. And this is just nuts. TAT today, definitely not showing up. Ana goes down too. That's a 5-man wipe right here. The core gets attacked. 2 keeps are down. Sonya's making the way over. They don't even need the 3rd protector here. This is going to be game. We're in the 3rd place.
It doesn't even try and D at all.
Yeah. 3rd place decider here, and that's the lead. 1-0. Team Memory goes up 1-0 against TAT in the 3rd place decider.
I mean, it is a bit of a tilter going to the map that you just lost, right?
Yeah.
Like, that is, I mean, smart by Memory though, right? Like watching the last.
Hey, guys, game 2. 3rd map in a row that was now lost by the Korean team. We're heading into our 2nd map of the 3rd place decider match, where Team Memory has just claimed the lead on Volskaya Foundry. And Altarak Pass is the next map, so TAT, they are in trouble. They need to win 2 in a row if they want to secure themselves the 3rd place in the tournament here. And if not, then, the Chinese would be obviously quite happy to lock in another map win and take that 3rd place. So let's see if they can pull it off here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be curious to see if maybe they switch up their draft a bit as well. I mean, I feel like they have been. I mean, actually, that's not fully true. I mean, because they got Stukov in the first game, and then they got Anna as well. I mean, I'm just curious to see what they identify as the problem, right? Because I mean, they've lost the last 3 games they've played. They have to make a change, right? And I'm curious to see what that is. Is that going to be some sort of draft? I mean, they are running down to the very last second when it comes to the bans. So it's probably something they're discussing as a team. They're kind of going over, hey, how do we change this? Like, how do we, you know, switch this up? And it looks like a Raynor ban is their, you know, choice for that.
Yeah, so Jimmy gets banned out. I mean, he's good against the bosses. Honestly, Exterminator on this map for Jimmy is still incredibly strong, since you can use it for those mercenary camps claims that you want to take off cooldown pretty much the entire time. You have those bosses up on the map against the objectives, kind of need to. So we've seen that a lot. Chromie gets banned again. Pretty consistent ban patterns throughout the tournament right now. I'm still a little bit shaken by the performance today of the blue team. Not expected, but that's of course a big opportunity now for Team Memory. And it's a Chinese team, so some of that aggression that we've been talking about the entire time could come through again. And we've been talking a lot about Railgun and of course the support plays on Anduin in particular. But his Stukov wasn't too shabby either on the last map. That synergy that he had, especially with the Nubarak, was always on point.
Yeah, and it looks like Tat chooses to ban the Lucio. I mean, personally, for me, it feels like a bit of a wasted ban, as we do know Railgun loves that Anduin, right? Like, Lucio is still a hero that was going to be maybe a bit up in the air. This leads me to believe that they want to ideally get that Ana first pick, and they're afraid of Dive. Personally, I think something like a Greymane is really, really good on this map because it provides a lot of pressure. Diablo is going to be the ban coming out for memory. I would expect to see, either Ana or Stukov here, or potentially they could, pick a priority DPS and then just get whichever healer is left up.
I mean, this is a huge map, so there's a lot of ways to play it. If you have Stukov, you can go for faster rotations too. You can pressure structures on this map, where Sylvanas, Greymane, and other heroes come into consideration. So, yeah, with globals here, you could also just try to global control the macro game a little bit. So there's a lot of options that you have in Outright Pass. But there's the Ana pick. Stukov gets taken right away from Railgun once more. So goes for the Admiral. Question, of course, is now more so, what's the second pick for them? What do they prioritize highly? Now, do we see those damage dealers that we just mentioned?
Yeah, or is it some sort of tank? Because they do have the Diablo. I would like to see a Greymane or okay, so it is going to be a Garrosh. So they ban the Diablo, they pick up the Garrosh. I mean, this tells me they're going for a kill comp, right? Garrosh, Stukov, a really solid core to basically combo with something like a Greymane, something like a Li Ming. I personally think Ana is pretty decent into that, as sleep can be used to kind of disengage or stop Garrosh from using, basically one-shotting someone. But I would really like to see a Greymane. I think Greymane's so strong on this map, provides so much potential, and also is decently safe when it comes to Garrosh.
No, I absolutely agree. Greymane can be pretty strong. But there's the Sylvanas that I pointed out earlier. That could help really on a macro level. And they have D.Va now as well. And D.Va, I feel like the priority on D.Va in the Eastern region games is a bit low compared to what we're seeing in the Western scene. D.Va is not picked nearly as much, nor banned. So in this case, D.Va gets taken. Kyocha is going to have that on the side lane here. Now, Gondar Sylvanas, that could be a big play. And honestly, we've seen some solid Sylvanas plays just in general throughout the day, with perfect interrupts here through a Wailing Arrow. But there's the Anubarak ban. Not quite sure if I really thought that would be a big problem here. Anubarak with that setup. Do you see that as a big issue with the lineup that they're choosing here?
I mean, I guess it's because they think Anubarak is probably pretty good into Garrosh. I mean, I don't think they have a great ban. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think there's one hero I look at and I'm like, they need to get rid of this. So I guess they just want to make sure their Garrosh can have a pretty decent time. Then one thing to know is that Sylvanas is a nano boost target, right? So nano boosted Sylvanas does a crazy amount of damage. I do think that's something that kind of hurt them last game, right? Like, they were throwing nano boosts on Diablo. They're throwing nano boosts on Maiev, who's okay, but this game they have that Sylvanas that is going to be the clear go-to target for those nanos.
Could even still pick a mage if they wanted to. So we haven't really seen a whole lot of Li Ming here. The Tazda priority has been pretty obvious though. Black Cat goes for that again. And they're locking in together with that. Greymane. We kind of expected it for TAT. Now we have it for Team Memory. So that's a good setup for them too. Can always hit the bullet then and try and get the burst damage if Garrosh preps any kind of kill. I guess it would have been kind of neat for TAT to get that Greymane together with Sylvanas. That would have been the dream right there. Structures goodbye. You create some space with D.Va, sit at the flank, guard it. And then Greymane and Sylvanas just destroy every single structure on the map. But let's see what they go for the double pick here.
Junkrat. I mean, I like the Mura. Mura, pretty tanky hero. Might be able to survive the one-shot coming out, for the side of memory, and then Junkrat as well for displacement. I actually think Tat is set up with a pretty good composition here, right? Memory has a one-shot composition. They're looking to one-shot someone. They have D.Va for displacement. They have Wailing Arrow to disengage. They have Junkrat to help out as well. And it is going to be the last pick, Gazlo. I mean, Gazlo very good zone control. Yeah. Do you think it'll be a Grav Bomb? Like, we saw Robogoblin once, we saw Grav Bomb once. Which one do you think was better?
Grav Bomb would be, I mean, both are fine, but Grav Bomb together with the Stukov, I really would like that. That would be kind of fun. That lends to a lot of kills. I mean, either way, game 2 could be the last map in the series. So let's check out what TAT can pull off here. Let's head straight into Outright Pass.
Exciting. Oof.
Yeah, Grav Bomb, honestly, I feel like if they get a good setup with Stukov, that in my head just would be amazing, but then at the same time, I'm happy either way. Like,
Yeah.
like the whole Gaslow thing is one of the setups where I hope that we are not going to have it for too long, but while it's there, I'm going to enjoy it. So that's pretty much where I come down on it. All right, game 2. Aldrich pass, everybody. Team Memory, the Chinese team, is in the lead as we are looking at our second map. Lockdown on Sylvanas. We got Kyocha on Diva, Gondar on Junkrat, Hyde on Ana, and Spell on Muradin. Sunjan on Greymane for the red team. We got Black Cat on Tacita, Yangvengers on Garrosh, CEO on Gaslow, and Railgun on Stukov for the second time in a row. Yeah, they've been doing a decent job, so let's see if they can pull it off again. Already a little bit of a change here when it comes to talents. On level 1 for Muradin, we got the Dwarf block this time.
Yeah, I mean, into the Greymane, pretty good adaptation, just because Greymane is going to be a lot of physical damage. And it looks like Big Game Hunter on the Gaslow. This means that Diva, Kyocha should be able to out-double soak the Gaslow pretty hard. So that is one thing to know, is that Kyocha should have rotation advantage a lot of times. Diva, one of the best double soakers, super safe hero. I think a lot of this game comes down to how well is Kyocha actually going to be able to zone or tank for his team, right? If Garrosh is stepping up trying to get a flip, is Diva there in position to kind of tank it, or to push him away, or to mitigate some of the damage? Because, you know, definitely if someone gets slipped in, there's a lot of kill pressure coming out for the side of Memory.
Yeah, down to the bottom of the map, that's where we currently have Junkrat going up against potentially 2 immediately. I think this is the first time in like 3-4 games where the game didn't start with an insta-kill on at least 2 heroes. It's the first one in ages.
That's true. We've had like at least 2 or 3 deaths every single time, which I mean, generally with like Europe, I think Europe more than anyone is good at not feeding early game deaths. Like a lot of times I think you'll see European teams just recognize, okay, we're not going to fight here. We don't have the better team. We're just going to get macro rotational advantage. And, you know, I think a smart decision coming out by Tat, not trying to, you know, pressure too hard. Both teams are going to be going over to the siege camp. You know, does spawn at 1 minute is going to be, in my opinion, probably the main objective. I mean, it's not the objective, but it really is the objective of the map. You want to do this pretty much on cooldown, just because this camp is so strong, right? And I'll expect to see both teams kind of pressure with their camp and look to get the wall.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I always call it the objective on the map too, because it just feels like it's one of the most important things for the teams, no matter what. You see it taken at the 1 minute mark, you see them rotate in just before it spawns. So it's where most of the attention for the team really is, since it's just so strong. If your opponent doesn't take it and you do reliably, you will have a fantastic game through the mid lane.
Yeah, Spell Ronin is going to be able to run out though. But Gaslow is a bit slower on the rotate. You see Lockdown here trying to slow down the Gaslow rotate. Really smart play coming actually by Lockdown and Hyde. They are just going to kite out here, but Diva, Kyocha able to push out the wave. And this basically gives them rotational advantage. That's kind of what I was talking about. Kyocha is going to be ahead of the Gaslow majority of the time. And this lets them get a little bit of damage onto the mid. And they have the Junkrat wave clear. Like, I really like, oh, the boop. Oh, really good unstoppable coming out by Garrosh. I actually think they should have not woken up the Garrosh from the sleep until the boop went off. And maybe, oh, Greymane? Greymane? Gondor?
Yeah. Okay, he gets out. Close call though. But builds already. Look at Muradin. He's also going into the Reverberation here as his level 4 talent choice. So we already have slight adaptation in regards to the build that has been pretty consistent throughout the Eastern tournament.
Yeah, I mean, my assumption is the Greymane. Oh, it looks like Spell, though, is going to be jumping on the task here. Gladiator's Medallion is going to be coming out a little bit too early, and that's going to be a dead Tassadar for Black Cat. He is going to be able to get the Storm on the wave, though. I mean, that is kind of nice being able to pressure it out, but that is a dead cast, so 1 kill going to 0. But during all of this, the objective, guys, the siege camp, the objective on this map is going to be secured first by Memory, and it looks like Tat is just barely going to be starting it up. That may not matter now, but they did get about a 10-second advantage. Lockdown, though, in the mid lane, falling low. Yeah, next time the camp spawn, Memory could potentially look to pressure with theirs since they have like 10 or 15 seconds before the opposing team.
Yeah, they definitely do. And I love how Gaslow is actually threatening Sylvanas every single time she approaches the structure here. But we have the early level 7 for TAT. So they have to still defend over. But obviously there's also a little bit of a difference, because right now there's actually a chance for TAT to push through the middle. They have the towers to help them take this camp down. So there's an opportunity to maybe just push in, use Sylvanas, and disable those structures for just a few seconds. Now that we also have level 7, by the way, we are definitely going to see the teams focus a bit more onto the objective itself and try to go for the prisoner camp here. Our level 7 talent gives us now also the heavy impact. Stormbolts connects. They're trying to go again for Greymane. Muradin jumps in, and that's a kill. Down he goes. The wolf is dead. Bad Doggy 2-0 kills, and now the better position for the prisoner camp too.
Yeah, and they were able to lock down during all of that, was able to get a lot of the mid wall. So Khaldor, as you were saying, they were able to pressure pretty hard. Garrosh, though, in a bit of a scary situation. Good sleep coming out by Hyde. Oh, Garrosh is going to get booped over the wall. Actually, I think saving his life there. They may have been able to kill him, but Garrosh is going to be forced to full reset. Oh, wait, they let the camp fall. That's really big because Garrosh is back right now, and now they might get stalled out when they try and channel it. Actually, a pretty big blunder there coming out by Tat, because now they're not able to actually channel the objective, and Spell is going to get zoned out and has to back. But Lockdown just split pushing during all of this, getting a lot of top wall and mid wall, giving them about a half a level lead.
One of the issues is really that whenever you have Gazlo securing the prisoner camp, if he gets a few of those turrets up, you have to take everything down before you can really channel that thing through. So it's an incredibly good tool to stall this out, and that worked really well for them up to now. But still a bit of a lead in experience. Now they finally start to make the move for the camp, and the first objective together with Sylvanas could be a really powerful weapon for them. They're not quite there yet though. There's a bit of good aggression against Garrosh, but also Stukov coming in now with another lurking arm. And they are trying to fight back here, but the objective is taken, and TAT will take the first one, and Sylvanas is already busy at the top, starting to take the fort apart.
Yeah, I mean, I love this though. Lockdown kind of recognizes that they have better macro pressure, they have better wave clear with the D.Va and the Junkrat, and basically it's just forcing them to chase him around and respond to them, and it's going well for them, right? They got the first objective, they hit level 10 first, but also Gondar on the Junkrat is hitting so many boops, right? Like, he really is just zoning out and creating so much chaos for Memory. He is falling low in the bot lane, and it looks like they are going to be trying to pressure top. I mean, kyocha and mid too, though. I think mid is actually the most important lane in this game, since I do think the siege camp is the most, you know, like kind of the objective in a way. So them actually pressuring, and if they get this mid fort, it will be really big for them.
Yeah, they're already going for it as we speak. Sylvanas comes in with a quick disable. The Cavalier is doing work at the bottom of the map. Junkrat is pushing it out as well. What we talked about during the draft is pretty much holding true here. They are starting to go way more for objectives and structures. They're really trying to push. It's not only team fights that they're looking at, even though they have a lead in kills as well. But they have done serious work on every single lane. The walls have fallen on every lane. Forts have lost HP. The bottom one has been destroyed, and they even get another kill as they are pushing them further and further back. Garrosh is down, 3 kills to 0. It seems like TAT has finally woken up.
Yeah, I mean, their macro this game, their rotations are really strong, really solid, and I definitely think that's what they were lacking in past games. Like, they're always have been known as like a really strong team fighting team, right? All of these players are mechanical gods, but I think their macro is just lacking a bit. But Gondor with another boop, Lockdown falling low on the Sylvanas, grab bomb, barely gonna miss.
Yeah, misses it on Lockdown. That would have been for sure a kill if he can grab him. That doesn't quite work out. D.Va still at the top. I feel like we have the entire time a bit of a catch-up situation where Team Memory has to react. It's always TAT pushing multiple lanes, going for multiple points of interest on the map, be it a fort, be it a mercenary camp, or on the other hand, of course, the objective itself. And you see Memory trying to react and react and react, and they're always a step behind, it feels.
Yeah, and as a team, it sucks to be the one not in the driver's seat, right? Like, if you're the team in the driver's seat where you're kind of dictating their rotations, it's a lot easier to win because you know where they are, right? Because Tastar is showing bottom. Gazlo is going to be forced to show top. So it's like, you know where their heroes are. And 13 has been picked up by Tat. Would expect to see them maybe potentially pressure mid.
He goes in deep. Yeah, let's go keep, baby. Lockdown makes the big jump happen. They rotate onto him with 3. There's the taunt. He's going to die. I call worth. Distracts them from the middle of the map too, where we see Gazlo die and the fort fall. Beautiful play. Yeah, we're going to take another look at that. That was actually really, really well done here. Hyper aggressive Sylvana style.
Yeah, I missed it, so I can't see the replay. So
yeah, he went into a double wave and followed him over the wall, ended up next to the keep, killed Tassadar solo, and then yeah, they rotated down with 3 of them. But that opened the map up even further for TAT.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to trade the kill, right? So they got 2 kills for 1, and they were able to get mid for it. Garrosh, another boop. Good job using the sleep from Hyde as well. Objective is going to be around 20 seconds. They're looking to zone out, doing a good job just making their life difficult as they're trying to walk in here. Spell going to get thrown out. Turrets going down. And it looks like Lockdown and Spell just playing on the bot side. I'll be curious to see if they actually try to force this or if they just back off, take their camp, maybe look to pressure. Kyocha being a bit annoying. Spell walking in here, actually just gonna jump in, going on to Railgun. Railgun getting booped in as well. Gondor is gonna get grab bombed using Gladiator's Medallion. Railgun being chased down. Kyocha wants that Stuk off. Another boop, but Lockdown on the bot side is gonna fall, but they trade it for the Stew. Hyde being chased down by Greymane. Kyocha trying to get out. Gondor as well. Garrosh gonna get sniped by Gondor from the Junkrat.
Yeah, but Greymane is also a little bit out. Stormbolt hits. Crest is also long completed. They're trying to go for Garrosh. He's saving the day for now. Spell, once the kills, hits another Stormbolt. Connects it easy peasy with Tassadar as they're trying to make a play for Garrosh, and he is going to die. Garrosh is down. There's the sleep dart. Goodbye, Tassadar. It's another double kill. 9 kills to 2, and the objective is wide open.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see them either proc their siege camp. Yeah, okay, it looks like Spell is running over to it. I mean, this is going to be a pretty scary push. This is level 16 advantage, the objective, as well as your siege camp. And maybe, I mean, if they get 16, they could potentially invade this, actually. Gondor set up and in position. I think this is maybe a bit of a scary spot for Memory. They have the boop down. Mura is a bit far. If Spell's able to get there in time, and if they get double siege camp, this is going to be a keep falling for sure. Kyocha's walking in, and they have the 16 advantage as well. Kyocha.
No way. Yeah, it took way too long to take it. They steal it away. There's the gravel. That doesn't work. And uh-oh, Gazlo. Sorry, bro, but that's the wrong end of the fight. Gets spooped onto the other side. They take him down easily. Lurking Arm is there. Another Stormbolt hits hard. Stukov is dead. And that's the double kill. They keep Murden alive. The Riptire comes through. Another Stormbolt. He hits everything. Those are homing Stormbolts right now. They connect every time. Here comes Sylvanas. The objective is up. They're gonna go for game here.
Actually, Lockdown going in. Oh, what? Wait, what? The boss chasing Gondor, falling low. Gondor actually dying on the Junkrat. You know, maybe a bit of over-aggression. You see the spam pings coming out onto Lockdown. Gondor saying, hey man, you got me killed. What the? They are able to secure the mid keep, and they're getting bot wall, and they're going to get the top keep, though. I mean, an absolute turn of events in the favor of Tat. I mean, 2 keeps down, 12 minutes into this game. It looks like a really good position for them as they have all forts up as well.
Exactly. They haven't lost a single fort, which means there's now continuous catapult pressure on 2 lanes against Team Memory and nothing on the other side. I guess Reverse it's called. Tetcher and I were discussing this yesterday. Obviously on this map you technically don't have catapults, but it feels like everybody still calls them catapults. So yeah.
It's like the same premise, right? Like, yeah. I don't know. I feel like this might sound weird, but it's like catapults is a concept, right? It's more that like there's pressure in the lane that they have to deal with, right? So it's like, I still will probably call it katas.
Yeah. So top side, they actually let this one slide. I mean, to be fair, it's 12 kills against 3 or 1.5 levels ahead, but you don't have a talent advantage, so you don't have to fight. But seems like they want to. Obviously, Memory wants to force a battle. Oh, nice follow-up. Locked down with a beautiful arrow. The Wailing Arrow connects pretty much in the middle of the jump. Now they're going for the next kill. Nice Junkrat plays here too. It's a double, it's a triple, baby. They're gonna go for the Tassadar kill. This is 4 out, and they're gonna go for core here. That is just lights out in game 2. It has to be.
Yeah, the nano boosted Sylvanas Lockdown doing so much damage. All right, it looks like they're actually going to go for the boss. I mean, core on this map, I think a lot of people are kind of unsure if they can do it or not, just because, I mean, at least for me, I've thrown a decent number of times. So it looks like they're probably just going to take the safe route, probably going to do a double boss, maybe take out, you know, both camps, and then look to end with the objective and their level 20.
Yeah, they take the top boss. We're gonna have 5-man back up on the map, but of course they are looking towards level 20, as you already said, and that's what Kyocha is currently seeing in the middle here. That gets locked down though, so gotta be careful, but again, the level 20 is there any second now, and that means they can push in with boss, plus also a Storm talent advantage. Doesn't matter that there's 5 defenders. They even take the camp here, waiting for the boss in the meantime. D.Va zoning this out a bit. Went into the timing attack on her 20. We got the cannonball. We got the nano infusion over here. And the bolt of the storm. Could have gone for the ult right away. Yeah, even the unstoppable force here for the dwarf, is that unstoppable force is already connecting with Stukov again. And our Admiral here, our man, is on the run. And yes, he might get away unless there's a Stormbolt ready. And in fact, it isn't. Junkrat is down, so is Garrosh. But the boss is already hammering the core down slowly but steadily. They're still chasing hard, especially Lockdown, who just wants Greymane. And he gets Greymane. Greymane is gonna fall. And the core will too. There's no way they're holding this. Absolutely none. Yeah, Team Memory had a great start into the series on map number 1, but it seems like now they will have to fight it out on map 3. It's a full 5-man team wipe as the core falls and TAT forces Game 3 in the 3rd place decider here in the tournament. Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, a really good recovery from TAT. I think their macro play on that map was impeccable, right? Like they were pulling memory around. I think a lot of that goes to Lockdown on the Sylvanas.
Yeah, let's go, ladies. We have the deciding map here. Battlefield is the last one, and Michael and I were just discussing that from the perspective of the Chinese team, it would really be nice to play on a map that prioritizes team fights more than macro game. And that's actually what we're seeing here. So instead of going for first pick and first ban, they decided to pick the map, which makes absolute sense from their perspective. Koreans, of course, they also like to play on Battlefield of Eternity. We could see that with TAT just yesterday, but it doesn't change the fact that they seem to be a bit more comfortable now busting out their macro game too, which we saw on All Direct Pass. Whereas for Team Memory, the good old Chinese aggression is still there, and they are trying to use that to decide the series in their favor. So yeah, let's go. What are we going to see here? Where's Stukov going to land?
Yeah, I mean, so Lucio ban coming out by TAT. I like this. I like this better because last time on Alterac Pass, they banned Raynor into Lucio. So I think they banned Lucio because they're afraid of the aggression. I would not be surprised here if we saw some sort of a Stukov ban. If we do see a Stukov ban, then I think we'll see an Ana ban in response. But they may also choose to do something like a Diablo, something like a Raynor. I think what they're really trying to do is take away some of those aggressive tools that Memory likes to use. And I think it's a good call.
I mean, Jimmy, of course, with Exterminator is reigning supreme on Battlefield, so that could also be one of the bans. If not, it's definitely going to be a pick. We have Greymane that we discussed heavily. Banning Garrosh, that actually leaves a lot of these picks that we've been discussing now open. So Stukov could still be taken out. It's actually a bit of an uncomfortable position for Memory to be in. You really have to think, okay, you got to pick your poison here. Do you ban the Stukov out? Are you more concerned about an Ana combo? Are you looking at Jimmy and are saying, well, he's just too good, we have to get rid of him? So either way, we're going to see TAT end up with a pretty solid pick, and I think if they can, they're going to take Raynor.
Yeah, I think a Raynor ban would be pretty good because, you know, Stukov and Ana are both up, right? Okay, so they decide to go for a tank. So I would really like to see TAT. They first picked Ana the last couple of times. I think they should go Raynor. Yeah. Because Stukov and Ana are both up, which means, hey, you're going to get one of those S-tier supports. Secure, you know, that Raynor DPS, someone that's safe into dive, combos well with both of those supports. But, I mean, again, they have picked Hyde, one of the best Anas in the world. They've been picking him, that Ana, and they pick it for a reason, right? He's really good on that hero. So if they pick it, you know, I could see that. But personally, I'd love to see him go Raynor.
It's Ana. They go for Ana over here. So support first, and that of course leaves a lot of options now for Team Memory. If they want the Jimmy, they can get Jimmy. If they want to go into their Stukov play again, that's an option too. Let's keep in mind that Railgun prioritized Anduin so heavily in all the previous series, but his Stukov plays were absolutely point in on the last ones, and he takes it again. So Stukov is once again chosen. No Anduin, no baby face for him in Game 3, and there's the Jimmy as we expected. So all the 3 heroes that we highlighted have now been taken in the first rotation. Bit of a different order than we expected, but still, from here on out, let's see how they can complement those.
I really hope they go Li Ming. I would love a Li Ming in the 2-3. I would not be surprised if they go something like a Sylvanas. I mean, I think you want to secure a strong nano boost target here, whether it's one of those two, whether they think it's something else. And then I could see him go D.Va as well. I think D.Va worked really well for them last game. Okay, so it looks like I'm completely off the mark. They're gonna go Hanzo Anubarak. They seem to prioritize the noob pretty high.
I can already see it happen. We're gonna see an arrow that gets shut down by the target being cocooned. It's always the worst feeling when it happens, but I can already see that's what's going on here. No, does it surprise you a little bit, the Anubarak pick together with Yana over here?
I mean, okay, I'm more surprised about the Hanzo. Like, I think if you wanted, I mean, I guess they want the race.
Yeah.
And like, I guess they're afraid of getting choked out on the race. And then they don't want to pick both their DPS here. Yeah, the Anubrak definitely does kind of confuse me because Anubrak screams dive and Anna screams, I don't want to dive. I want people that'll peel for me.
Yeah.
So maybe the Anubrak is deny, right? Because Diablo's gone, Garrosh is gone. They're probably going to ban a tank here. And they were able to steal the Anubrak, which makes it difficult for Memory to go dive. So now that I'm talking about it, that's probably the reason and thought process.
So Deathwing gets banned. I could have seen them ban Anubarak more so than picking it. So I'm really wondering what comes after this. What is diving in with Anubarak? Or do they just like try to counterplay on the other side? We have still a lot of heroes open that you could see here. We've been talking a lot about Li Ming. She hasn't been picked as much as we expected. We have still Greymane up as another big option. And I really want to see how especially Memory is now supplementing the 2 picks that they have, because their jump on the Immortal is already great, but they could make it even better. We got the Muradin with the Stuka follow-up, the Diva is in. That's a really annoying lineup that they're drafting right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a very beefy, tanky front line.
It's just pissing me off just looking at it.
How do you kill either of those heroes?
Yeah, that's honestly the kind of game where you look at it and it's like, do I have to play that?
Your drafter goes, what DPS do you want? And you're like, I don't want any of them, man. They all look, you know, I'm not going to kill anything.
Kira and Imperius. Okay, we asked what they're diving in with, and well, there's the answer. I like the Imperius. I was thinking Blaze for the offlane, trying to get the bunker out too and get that additional layer for Anubarak up. But if you jump in with Anubarak, Kira, and Imperius, that's a lot of confusion that you can saw, and it's a lot of control and damage too.
Yeah, I mean, Kira is a really good nano boost target as well, and I don't think they have a lot. Okay, well, so they do get the Li Ming. I was gonna say they don't have a lot of burst, but now they do. I do like the Li Ming pick coming out from them. I mean, Hanzo pretty fragile, Anubarak pretty fragile. Kira, Anna, like if Li Ming's able to get a combo off of a Muradin stun on any of those 4 heroes, you know, they may potentially be able to get a reset. I like Memory's comp better. To be honest, like I think they won the draft. I mean, who knows? Like I haven't seen the Kira. I'm not super knowledgeable about it. I do think the nano boost could be really good, but I think a lot of this game falls on Gondar's shoulders. How well is he going to perform on this Kira? Because I think the game really, you know, is teetering on the balance, and his play is going to, you know, tip it one way or the other.
All right, let's see what we can get here. I like the setup on the other side too. Like Memory has a pretty good draft here, I feel. And I mean, to be fair, TAT, if they are on point with their setup, then they can make those plays. The problem that I have is that I lack the confidence a bit today that they're making those plays, since the previous games haven't really... Yeah, they haven't really performed on that end. But, alright. Game number 3, third place decider. Before we're heading into the grand final, we're going to decide which team takes third place in the tournament. And on the left side of Battlefield of Eternity, we got TAT with Lockdown on Hanzo, Kyocha on Imperius, Gondar on Kira, we got Spell on Anubarak, and we have Hide on Ana right here. Whereas on the right side of the map, the Chinese team starts things off with Yugaras on Muradin, Black Cat on Li Ming, Sun Quan on Reyna, Exterminate, of course, as a level 1 choice. We have Zio and Diva, and Railgun once again on Stukov. So yeah, here's the chance for TAT to at least take third place in the tournament. Can they pull it off though? Memory had a good day today, so they might have a chance to take this win, because their lineup is looking pretty annoying.
Well, and I think their ease of execution is a lot lower, right? Like I think for Memory to win, they don't have to coordinate super well, right? Like you just have Murastun into Li Ming, follow up into Stukov, but Anubarak, speaking of, Spell going in here, Gondor looking to do some follow-up. Good anti-grenade coming out by Hyde, healing everyone up. Good trade for the side of Tat. But yeah, Gondor doing a good job. But as I was saying, just the ease of execution, right? Like I think it's going to be easier for the side of Memory to basically chain their spells together. And Raynor actually falling really low here. 45 though, Diva rotating down.
Yeah, was in trouble for just a second, but now that we have Imperius rotating in, he's actually trying to stop that. Yeah, well, a little bit of damage onto the mech. Bot lane is still panning out, and the Juke Master has connected, so yeah, nicely done. Either way, at this point, looking at this right now, we got bot lane, another connect for Muradin, so he has 2 stacks already on the Storm Bolts. Is a bit low though and has to jump away here. I mean, it's an aggressive setup that we are seeing from TAT. Oh,
Lockdown?
Lockdown,
Oh
39 HP. Let's be honest, he's been crushing it the last 2 games. And he's been the one making the plays, and they are setting it up again, and this time Muradin is actually down. The dwarf gets kicked across the map, the mech at the top has also fallen. Yeah, Koreans coming in with the initial kill.
I mean, speaking of execution, Hyde on this Ana is always there to follow up off of the Nubrak double stun. Always hitting the sleep at the right time, giving them the 3rd CC as well as the bionic grenade, basically mitigating healing. I think Hyde is absolutely smurfing this game on the Ana, just always in the right position to follow up on his team. And, you know, I think that's just something to note. Like, if he's able to keep that up, I think this game is going to definitely be favorable for them because that's their 3rd CC.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried. By the way, about the bot lane because they rotated top to take the camp, but now at the bottom of the map, that's a 4-man push with the camp. That's going to be a ton of damage, and I think they're going to have the time to rotate top side to defend when their opposition is trying to counterplay that. So that is a bit of a weird one right here. Wall is already gone, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty big to get. I mean, I would like to see them probably bleed coming out. Looks like they are going to be going on to the Mura here. Gondor doing a bit of damage. Another stun. Yagras is going to get anti-healing though. Gondor a bit deep, surely dead.
Yeah, he's dead, but that bought some additional time for them, and that's a fountain destroyed. Imperius also is still at the top. So trading a kill for a kill is totally fine here. It bought a bit more time for the rest of the team to do more damage to the structures. Kyocha has in the meantime taken to the top lane, pushed that out too, so that's a good situation for them to be in. And I don't know, good opening in general. I like what we're seeing here right now from TAT.
Yeah, things are looking really well for TAT, and Lockdown was actually able to hit a scatter, stalling the Leemings back. Zio on the Immortal, trying to zone Kyocha on the Imperius, taking a decent amount of damage, but it's just going to be able to back up. But the reason Kyocha didn't die there is because Leemings back actually got stalled. She had to go get mana, and Lockdown was able to stop that Gondor, trying to kite out here. Diva Mech doing a lot of damage. Kyocha going in, but is actually maybe, okay, good Gladiator's Medallion, but still may potentially fall. Spell. Guys, this could go from bad to worse. If they get one reset, they might get another. Daggeros. Yeah, actually a bit deep.
Good connect though, hits another Storm Bolt, but as you said, he eats some additional damage because of it. Might fall, will fall, should fall, doesn't fall. That jump could not have come half a second later, he would have died there. Oh my god, that cooldown. So Muradin actually survives this one, but the halftime show is over, and well, the red team is really pulling the damage through, thanks to, in particular, good old Jim Rayner. Exterminator on level 1, and he's just crushing it, as usual, on Immortal number 1.
Yeah, during all of the shenanigans, people trying to get kills, Rayner was just doing his job, right? Just hitting the Immortal, able to secure a lot of that. Going to be a 9,000 HP shield. They also able to, you know, secure that Bruiser camp again for the top side, basically going to allow the Diva to pressure Kyocha in while they get bot side pressure. I mean, would expect to see this maybe be a wall or two. Again, one thing to note, Tap was able to already get bot walls, so structures will probably be a bit evened up. I would be surprised if they got a keep here, but if they get a couple kills, the Mura, you know, could look to be aggressive. They might be able to get more.
Leeching Scarabs. We're seeing a Beetle build for Nubarak. Okay, no dive or nothing. Goes into the Beetle build here. No Carapace for him. Push through the bottom as we have Imperius rotating in from the top, trying to flank in for this one. And that might even be a fort if this push continues. Look at Black Cat coming in from the side, looking for the flank hits. He doesn't quite get it, but they take the fountain down. The fort is also low, but I doubt they can destroy it. They're making the play for the Diva pilot, and they could even get the kill here if she can connect some more damage, and indeed she does. That's Diva down, and they try to follow up with another kill against Stukov, which they easily secure.
Yeah, Black Cat trying to get a reset, looking to throw damage here from the bot side. Was able to get locked down pretty low, but not gonna be able to get it. Kyocha looking for the Rayner Gondor. This could be scary though. Black Cat coming in, that's 2 resets. Did they overextend here a bit? It looks like they may have spell. I mean, they had a 3 for 0 and now it's a 3 for 2. Bit of an overextension from Tat there. Should have just, you know, taken their victory, backed up, maybe taken the camp and slow siege the fort.
Yeah, they got the kills, and they could have maybe pushed the fort at the bot lane. You're absolutely right. In experience is also not that big of a gap if you think about it. I mean, it felt like a lot of these fights ended in favor of TAT, but they lost the objective, so that definitely hurt them. You gotta be careful when you have a Liming on the other side. They can always come in with another reset through Calamity. Heavy impact on 7 for the Dwarf again. Spell sitting at the side, hoping for another connect here. See Muradin coming in, Simon out once, twice, the damage is there, and that's a kill. Goodbye, Muradin. He came, he saw, he died again. Veni Vidi Vici.
Yeah, and it looks like they want to pressure him for the fort here, which I like. Imperious Kyocha's here as well. This is a 5v3 Gondor. Wrapping around the bottom. Okay, looks like they're just going to back off, take camps. Sending Imperious top to help deal with that merge pressure. The Beetle build, you know, the reason they probably went it is because of the Li Ming. Li Ming did go Triumvirate at 4, which is going to be the orb reset if it hits a hero after 50%. So the Beetle is nice because it will tank the orbs. So that would be my assumption as to why he went Beetle build. And I think it's decent here. It's also good into the Morden Storm Bolts, right? Like 2 skill shots that you can tank with your Beetles if you are able to time it properly.
Yeah, but that does affect the number 1 talent. It doesn't really affect the 7. So I've seen hybrid styles on this, but the commitment, I want to see how far that goes. Obviously, we also have for Li Ming now also disintegrate since you want to counterplay Cocoon, so they need to burn that down. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. That could be the end of him. Barely gets the medallion through here and is able to escape, but that could have been the end of Lockdown. He doesn't pay attention. He gets stunned out by the boss itself, by the Immortal. And Muradin just gets manhandled in this, or dwarf handled. Right now, Yagara's barely tops the Avatar here, but he's again on the run.
Yeah, Mech coming out by D.Va as well. A lot of ults used for both team. Nano Boost, Cocoon, Dragon's Arrow, as well as Flailing Swipe, Avatar, Immortal falling low down to half here. I mean, it looks like D.Va is going to have her, you know, missiles back up soon. Would expect to see Memory look to maybe pressure in here. Raynor, during all of that, was getting zoned on the top side by Kyocha, doing a really good job, you know, messing with the Raynor. Holy crap, their race is insane. That's what the hell? Spell going in here, actually onto Railgun. Gondar as well on the flank. Stukov in a bit of a scary situation here, falling really low. Black Cat gonna have to try and get resets, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. That's 2 heroes falling, the mech as well. D.Va's gonna die. That's 3 dead, and that's surely gonna be Immortal going the way of TAT. They do not want to go out 4th place in this tournament.
Yeah, that was beautiful setup and a fantastic triple kill for them. That's of course a freebie on the Immortal. Nicely done, getting also the pilot, so they killed everything here. And it just feels like the front line in particular just doesn't stand a chance here on the side of Team Memory. You look at Muradin, he died 5 times already. 5 times. That's 60% of their deaths pretty much. So the Dwarf pops up and he gets immediately whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what's happening. And I'm wondering if maybe D.Va, because maybe D.Va can help peel for the Muradin, and maybe once the Muradin gets 16 or 20, maybe he'll gain more survivability. But the Kira seems to really be helping provide like a lot of that to finish off the Muradin. Kyocha on the bot side though, falling low. Black Cat as well as Muradin trying to do damage. Black Cat falling low. Kyocha maybe gonna die here. Hyde peeling, able to keep him alive, but he dies. Barely.
8 HP, and then the Raider comes in and takes it down. And nicely done. Topside pressure continues though. They are only playing with a 4 versus 5 here, but they still take the fort down. Nicely done. And they go for the kill and they get it. They take down Jimmy. The Cocoon on Stukov. They're turning it against Railgun. Muradin survives this time. He hits the Stormbolt and they might get locked down. Yeah, they laser him down. Stukov is still alive for a little bit longer. Black Cat comes in again. I cannot believe that Stukov actually walks out of this one. Spell, on the other hand, he's low on mana. He gets attacked. Calamity comes in and they get the kill. They're trying to turn it again against Muradin and he falls. Kira popping off.
Yeah, no mana on the Li Ming. I mean, they definitely need to try. Actually, Raynor showing up, maybe potentially able to turn Kyocha. Really gonna miss that spear, and Kira's fallen now at this point. Kyocha may get chased down. D.Va looking for it. Li Ming mounting up as well. Looks like Zio is gonna be able to get a couple of these body blocks. Raynor looking for the kill. And I don't think they're going to be able to get it.
Nah, they shouldn't. Bot lane is also pressuring the forward even further. I mean, the next wave is coming in, so that isn't going to do too much damage once that we have catapults in action. This one is going to be in trouble. 13 talents are in. Bronzebeard Rage is ready, but Memory picks up their own level 13. Again, the Illusionist combo with Calamity on level 7. On top of that, the Virulent Reaction. And Bronzebeard Rage, of course, with the Nubarak on the Burning Beetles here.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder, maybe he should have gone, oh, Hanzo Arrow is going to miss here.
And Arrow.
Though. And hey, Arrow.
Camera got it, don't worry. The arrow cam got him.
Yo, Swabs plays for 30k and he has the best Hanzo arrows I've ever seen. I'll say it now. He has been smurfing in our matches. He's EU god. But Mura falling low, disintegrate is gonna be able to get Stukov out. That's a lot of cooldowns used. Nano boost on Gondar as well. Gondar going pretty deep here, but doing a lot of damage and healing up as well. Are they gonna be able to potentially? I mean, that nano boosted Kira just seems impossible for Memory to kill.
Yeah, it's just like you can run, but you can't hide. It's like she went in several times now. She was actually one of the biggest damage dealers in that triple kill we saw on the last Immortal fight. And we have her with 41,000 damage, which is just a little bit shy of what we're seeing Hanzo pull off here. He's sitting at 46,000. But they're coming in again. Spell is moving in from the side for the flank. They're going for the mech, trying to drop the pilot out again. Spell doesn't have the cooldown ready for another stun. But they are pressuring the entire time Team Memory. Memory is just like falling back further and further and further every time that TAT pushes in. Then it being said, it's 12 kills to 7, so all that Memory really needs is one good kill to open things up. Like here, they get Imperious, and that might just be the beginning of the first Immortal for Team Memory, or the second. They get the kill against Kira, the follow-up, and all of a sudden, Bob's your uncle. Mid lane, completely, or the middle of the map, completely under the control of Team Memory.
Yeah, and Raynor during all of this, using that Exterminator, doing so much damage, able to just race down. Would love to see the D.Va actually go clear out that top wave. There's big side lanes. I mean, you have 2 heroes dead. Actually, okay, Leeming has to back, so I do think D.Va should stay then. So it looks like Leeming's going to be clearing top lane. I just wanted someone to go catch that. It's a huge wave. They want to hit level 16, right? 16 is a pretty big power spike, I think, for both of these teams. Mirror Ball, or even maybe potentially Diamond Skin, as it does look like it is a full E-build coming out by that Leeming. Do we see Diamond Skin like ever with Korean teams, or I mean, because it looks like full E-build and it could be pretty good into the Kira as well as, you know, like the 3-man front line. So 16s coming up here, healthy Immortal.
Not so much a thing on the European side. Mirror Ball is usually the standard that you see there. In the Eastern setup, from the games that we've seen yesterday, as I said previously, Li Ming wasn't really chosen as often as I would normally have thought, but I haven't really seen that there either. Maybe if she feels that she really needs it, going for it might be a thing. But actually, we have 16 any second now for them anyway. So no matter what she chooses here, we're going to see that power spike coming in. And they take the fort down, and they still have 50% left on the Immortal. Mirror Ball is in, same as you would see from the European style. We got the Dwarf launch also, and the Paint Them Red and Lockdown. Pausing the game over here. Maybe a little bit of trouble on their end. Kyocha looked a little bit tricky earlier. Maybe it's a bit of an issue for them. But
yeah, Kyocha looks like he's in a bit of a scary spot, actually. They're all running over towards him. And I like the Mirror Ball Ming pick up by the Ming, for the record. I was worried that Ming might go Diamond Skin, because I think that extra damage, that extra oomph, a lot of times is what you need to actually get that reset, which, you know, kind of turns the fight for you as Li Ming, because once you get 1, it's easier to get 2, and you kind of snowball.
Yeah, I mean, right now, in talking about Snowball, they have the level 16. They still have, there goes the game. They still have a bit of a chance to get some top lane pressure. But instead, they're actually just rotating down to the bottom to take the fort down. Can totally appreciate that too. At the top, they could have maybe gotten the wall, but at the bottom, taking the fort apart is now going to help them to establish some additional catapult pressure through the bottom of the map. And for the objective fights, that's going to matter more. So I like that. But now we have 16 also for TAT, and, well, the Nubarak, epic enter, or what are we going to get from him? Yep, can't pass up on the talent.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good. Epicenter, one of the best, you know, 16 talents, definitely. And I like the fort play, guys. Taking out forts just opens up the map, right? And especially when you have, like, a Muradin, you have
it's
that
good to know that you like foreplay.
Wait, did I say fort? I mean, I guess that makes sense. I like the fort play, comma. Foreplay? I mean, everyone likes foreplay. If you're not doing foreplay, what are you doing, Khaldor, right? Like,
go ham or go hard or go home, my friend. Here we go. Engage is in, and they're trying to get the kill, but the arrow this time hitting. Oh, Kira with the ult coming in, trying to get the triple. There's the first, there's the double, the counter kill against the Nubarak. But they're gonna get the Dwarf too. That's 3 down. Nicely done. And, well, the Koreans, every time you think maybe they are beatable after all, we have them pop off with another big team fight.
And it's like they get 3 kills, which is nice, but they don't actually get anything from it, right? They have to just rotate top. So all they effectively got was 2 kills worth of XP over the opponent. I don't think they necessarily could get that much out. Like, they are going to have their bruiser camp, which is nice. But Memory already recognizing that pushed out the bot lane, right? So they're not actually going to have that much pressure. Forts have been taken for both teams. So we are going to see, you know, equalized cata pressure. Immortal spawning in 5 seconds. Mura is going to be about 4 or 5 seconds late. So, you know, maybe they will just have to give up the halftime here. Ults are still down, about 10-second cooldown. Mura has 25 on his avatar. Kyocha, though, in the bush.
The craziest thing is actually that even with the 3 kills, they don't really get an advantage on the Immortal. I mean, quite the opposite. Just look how Jimmy is, again, just crushing that thing, thanks to his level 1 talent. They have the pressure through the bot lane at least, so that's good for them. But right now, they are still fighting on even experience and even talents with the opponent. Arrow comes in, hits the mech as he dashes forward. And, well, there's already a halftime show, one in favor of the Chinese team. And at the bot lane, Gondar's in trouble.
Gondar. Oh, the nano boost, though, the turnaround. Big heals coming out on Gondar. Can they get the reset? No, he's healthy. Black Cat doesn't have Disintegrate, actually. Railgun looking to peel for his team. D.Va in a bit of a scary situation. You're actually going to be able to get out. Nubrak. Does he have E soon? Oh, Lockdown actually jumping in. Rainer is going to be just trading a bit here.
Lockdown jumping in is pretty much all that he does today. Like, he's been crushing it. His Sylvanas performance on the last move was still insane. Ana in trouble, though, but drops the medallion, starts to move away here. Imperius could turn it at some point, 15-10. And of course, the camp at the bot lane has also been defended. Fact remains that the Immortal is a bit low for the blue team, but they're turning it against Muradin and they take him down. Can they save Kyocha? Yes, they can, and they get the second kill. Jimmy is dead, and now they open the map up. Double kill at just the right moment in time here. They still need to make sure that nobody else moves onto the objective, but with Jimmy down, the biggest threat has been eliminated.
Yeah, a bit over-aggressive there by Yangvengers on the Muradin. Did not actually have the avatar, and I don't think he expected that much damage to come out. Really good job coming out by Kyocha, just instantly spearing him and his team with the follow-up damage. I mean, if they were able to get the turnaround reset onto Kyocha, maybe they could have turned it back, but nah, they weren't able to do it. And, you know, this looks like a decently scary Immortal push. I mean, the shields are going to be about half HP. Level 20 is approaching soon. They could potentially go for a keep, and if they get kills, right, Battlefield of Eternity, one of the map's best known. If they get a couple of kills, they could win the game here and just end it.
Yeah, and Muradin has been playing, committing a little bit too much Sudoku in this game. He died 8 times. Needs to focus on the game a little bit more and stop solving math puzzles over here. Talking about dying, the only ones that haven't died yet are Ana and Li Ming. Both of them still on 0 deaths. 31 stacks for Muradin, talking about him. But he is really having a rough time. They are just melting him away. It's crazy. But as you said, this is potentially game because we have level 20 talents and that gives us rewind for Nubrak. First and foremost, we got the Bullseye, we got the Silent Killer in. So there's a huge chance now with a good Nano Infusion, for example, to really snowball this hard towards the core.
Oh, E going in by spell. Good blink coming out by Black Cat, able to actually juke it. They've been able to get a lot of damage down onto the Immortal, so they're going to lose the keep. But I think as long as they keep playing safe here, I don't think they're going to lose the game unless they lose a hero or two here. One thing I do want to note, Giant Slayer on the Hanzo at 16 didn't go Pierce, so maybe that's part of why they're able to continually blow up this Muradin. I mean, if he hits a full W, that's going to be, you know, almost 10%, 12% max HP. Rainer needs to be a bit careful here. I mean, you don't have 20 yet.
Yeah, they can't fight.
Sit in your base, hold hands, and get level 20.
We've seen that mistake made by TAT in the previous games, so the Chinese, they are playing this a little bit safer. Usually they are the teams that, I mean, this was one of the most amazing things to me, especially like a lot of the mid-season brawls, when you saw Chinese teams just come in and YOLOing it out despite a talent disadvantage, but coordinating it so perfectly that they get an insta-kill that pretty much squares the fight again. But over here, they play it safe, they know that they're super close to their Storm talent, so they wait it out, and they're gonna grab them.
Yeah, level 20 going to be a big, you know, achievement for them. Rewind achieved for the Muradin. Hopefully that can help him, you know, maybe stay alive a bit longer in these team fights. Rainer's Raider also upgrade. Duskwing, really big one. Any other super big 20 talents? I actually think Kira's level 20 is really big as well. Silent Killer, because basically now when she's ulting, it'll be silencing everyone around her. So, I mean, a nano boosted, you know, unrelentless strikes, silencing everyone is going to do big damage. Gondor really has been rising to the occasion this game on that Kira. I feel like he's been playing out of his mind so far.
Bot lane push is going to be fantastic for the blue team now as we're setting this all up because they have to camp, and in addition to that, it's the catapult pressure that we're seeing here. So time is really working in TAT's favor during that fight now. Obviously, there's a good chance that this is going to be a snappy battle once again, but if not, then the blue team is going to have a better position, or should have that, on the objective because, well, Memory is forced to react to this, or it's going to end up on the core. And off we go. We already have the Immortal attacked. Muradin is the only one stand around here. And at the bottom, some time has to be invested by Team Memory to push this lane out.
Yeah, I like this decision from Team Memory. Just playing together, everyone in the bottom lane, pushing it out. I mean, I'd like to see him even push one more lane or one more wave and then step on in, kind of get that wave clear advantage. A lot of times if you push the wave into the opponent's like favor, it gives you like vision control, right? You'll know where their heroes are, which basically makes it easier to win team fights. But Kyocha actually falling really low. Raynor just laying into him, doing a lot of damage, and Raynor probably going to walk on over to the Immortal and looking to start trade.
Yeah, Temporal Flux also for Li Ming, by the way, as a level 20 talent. 17 kills now on 10. And yeah, it's full defense for Team Memory. They have to stick to that bot lane a little bit more. And of course, in a perfect world, they would try to get Jimmy on the Immortal. They need to. Like, he's the best one here for that particular purpose. But they are playing defense the entire time, and they might have to give up the halftime show.
Yeah, taking a lot of Immortal damage. Expect to see maybe Mura look for something here. Their waves are in a good spot. So it's pretty much just going to come down to this team fight, guys. Whoever wins this Immortal is most likely going to win the game. 21 to 21, 22 minutes in. Both teams posturing. Kyocha defending their Immortal. Lockdown actually taking a decent amount of damage here. Aiming, stepping up, just looking to throw some spells, starting to, you know, whittle away at that shield.
Yes, trying to take that low. Here comes Muradin with the Storm Bolt, and Ubarak immediately turns it against him. Muradin, is he gonna die again? He's going for the double digits here on the deaths, and he secures point number 9. They're turning it again against Stukov, and Railgun, he's about to fall. Here comes Imperius, he gets the kill. They're following it up on Li Ming. Even D.Va getting attacked here once more. Gondar showing no mercy whatsoever. Comes in, gets the kill, and they are chasing Jimmy and the core. TAT looks just so strong here.
Yeah, that's 4 heroes dead. It would take a miracle, an absolute miracle to not lose here. Muradin dying to like 86 overkill before he's able to actually take, you know, get that avatar out. That fight could have been a bit different. Black Cat able to bait out the Imperius Spear. I mean, really has to get, you know, the resets of a lifetime here if they want to actually win. No heroes for another 20 seconds. This is a one-man defense. Li Ming looking to do everything that they can. Lockdown. Lockdown. The bullseye. Oh.
Yeah, that would have been the first death on Li Ming. She's the only one that hasn't died on the red team. And well, that's game. We have TAT securing the 3rd place in this tournament with a 2-1 victory against Memory. Nicely done. Not quite what they were hoping for, but still a consolation prize for them. GG and well played. Battlefield of Eternity goes to the Korean team in blue.
Yeah, TAT. I mean, they played it really well. I'm really impressed with how they rebounded in that series, right? Like they kind of got upset to Sexy Blocks. They lost the first game, and then, you know, having the mental fortitude to win those last 2 games is not easy. And I feel like they definitely pulled it together.